Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? And good morning. Good morning. Feels like it's been a while, yeah? Feels like it's been a while because we only streamed until 6 in the morning yesterday. Um, what's up, guys? It's good to see you. We're working our way towards the weekend, baby. It is Thursday. It's Thursday. Almost there. Almost there. Stay on that grind. We'll get there. We'll get there. May 26th. May 26th. We'll be doing basically day 10 of Valheim. We played a little bit of Valheim, enough to consider it a day of play on the 24-hour stream. So this will be considered day 10. Okay. Before we hop into the Valheim gameplay, let's go ahead and do what we do. Pull up the news segment. All right. Video gaming news. Before we begin here, let me go ahead and just state once again how much I appreciate what everybody has done in this community over the past year. How amazing everybody was being here and participating in the 24-hour anniversary stream and everything. You guys are amazing, and I'm often at a loss for words at what this community is turning into and what an amazing place it is. So thank you all very much. The 24-hour stream was awesome. Let's get in here. See what we got. Looks like Sony will stop making PS4 games by 2025. Okay. I don't think that's a surprise. Some of PS5's biggest games are on sale at the moment. Let's see what's going on there. PlayStation says half of its releases will be on PC and mobile by 2025. We talked about this in the previous segment. This has been finalized. Yeah, Take-Two Zynga merge. That has been finalized. The next big one to finalize will probably be the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard, Activision. As long as there are no federal organizations that get involved and say that it's not going to happen. God of War Ragnarok has been rated in Korea. Oh, geez. NFL and Mythical Games partner up for NFT-based game. Here we go. I regret to inform you, Nino Cooney's cute new MMO has blockchain craps up its sleeve. There. Excuse me. Pixel Links unveils music metaverse gaming platform using Niantic Lightship. Let's see what that's about. Man stalked elite World of Warcraft gamer, posted fake photos of her online, Fed say. Good night, man. This is actually hilarious. I'm not going to dive into this, but that's really funny. Elden Ring sexy Wolfman Blade reads horny tweets from thirsty fans. What? That is wild, dude. Wild. I like that, Wick. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Stalker-like online FPS Cervarium is closing next week after 7 years, I guess. I'm not really familiar with that. Sounds like a good time. Maybe go check it out, dude. You want me to link it? Oh, dude, I'm a bit under the weather this morning. I'm coming down with something for sure. So try to power through today. Try to power through, but we'll see how far we get. I've got like cough drops. I've got a probably from eating raw corn. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of something being spread around by the family, and I finally got it. I think staying up for 24 hours it probably didn't help me too much, but we're here, man. It's all right. I got some of that Alka Seltzer plus cold and flu. I got coffee. I got this is the Alka Seltzer. We're good to go, man. Whole roll of toilet paper here for blowing my nose. We're all right, man. We'll make it work. Just stay doped up with the meds. Duped up. The meds are duping me into thinking I'm not sick. I'm not going to dive into this. LG turned its 48-inch OLED TV into a huge 4K gaming monitor. Cool. Nvidia says video gaming market slowing. Shares drop 7%. I don't think that it's a surprise at where we are now regarding the pandemic and everything that video games might the market might go down just a bit because there's so many people that are like actually going back to work at the office and things like that, that where that's when gaming really spiked really hard when everybody was having to stay home. Everybody was, the peak of the pandemic stuff, man. But I don't really see it dropping significantly with everybody going back. I think there are a lot of people that found what so many of us love in video games already when they had to stay home, right? Whether it be immersing themselves in games or actually found cool communities to uh, connect with um, online. I don't think we're going to see a significant drop, but I think a little bit of one makes sense. What? Zotac has crammed another VR gaming PC into a backpack. It's wild. I mean, at that point, all you really need to do is like get a an ups strapped on the bottom of it. Get yo gamer, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? How are you? Uh, get an ups strapped onto the bottom of it. Get some of those new glasses. You just go gaming wherever you want, man. Easy. That'd be so uncomfortable though, probably. Take a look at it though. Zotac is kind of notorious for trying to fit a lot of really good, like high powered hardware into small spaces, right? They make like a lot of the mini graphics cards and stuff that you would be trying to utilize to fit into smaller builds, stuff like that. So this doesn't surprise me very much, really. We already talked about these. Gamer got those emotes going, man. Heck yeah. Let's go, buddy. Uh, the Marvel MMO project at Daybreak Games has been what? Find out. Steam Deck has now hit 3,000 verified or playable games. Cool. Again, verified games are actually games that have been optimized for the Steam Deck, whereas just playable games are games that work on the device. They just haven't been optimized for it. So there might be some quirky things here and there. Let's pivot here. Yep. You know about that. We talked about that. We've also talked about this. There's been plenty of research that says there's no real correlation between violent video games and it prompting people to perform violent actions. We know that. Talked about Gollum game launching in September, a day before. Excuse me, a day before the new Amazon Lord of the Rings series. Yeah, so cool, 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 cool. We've already got this article pulled up. We've already talked about this. There are a lot of these PS1, PS2 titles coming out on PS Plus that are not running on NTSC, which is the better version of those games. So everybody's kind of wondering why the suboptimal versions have been released. They basically, I think, have what about a refresh rate, FPS rate of about 10 less than what the NTSC games, which NTSC was like the western part of the world's release for those titles. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't think anybody does right now, but we'll wait and see if they come out with anything and says why. Yep, talked about that. We have something up already about Sony regarding that topic. We've hit on this. We got the football stuff pulled up already. Rare vintage video games and consoles for sale in Litchfield. Where's Litchfield at? What is that? Can you buy this stuff online? Dude, look at these. Super Metroid wrapped, unopened. Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Metroid. That's cool. We'll take a look at that real quick. We'll take a look. We've hit on NFTs a lot. I'm not going to dive in there. We've already talked about EA and FIFA separating for the soccer slash football titles. Yeah, we've got this pulled up already. And we've talked about that previously as well. Let's go ahead and dive into what we have here. See what we're working with. Show me what you're working with. Ugh. All right. Looks like Sony will stop making PS4 games by 2025. This image taken from Sony's recent investor presentation shows the company is planning to evolve its first-party output moving forwards. As you can see in the third column, representing financial year 2025, PS4 software is nowhere to be found, consisting of PS5, PC, and mobile. In other words, at some point between now and 2025, support for first-party PS4 games will be phased out, with the emphasis on PS5. This is a much more gradual progression from one console platform to another that we're used to. Normally, once new hardware is available, first-party support for the older machine drops off a cliff. So this extended period of cross-gen is quite unusual. Given the PS5 stock is still struggling to meet demand, it makes sense to keep the huge PS4 install base engaged. God of War Ragnarok will land on both platforms, but Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine will be PS5 exclusive, so Sony is slowly nudging users across. It's just slower than we thought. That makes sense. It is still very difficult to get your hands on a PS5 unless you're a gamer. Right, gamer? PlayStation says half of its releases will be PC and mobile by 2025. We just kind of hit on that. I probably won't read this whole thing then. Quote unquote, by expanding to PC and mobile, and it must be said also to live services, we have the opportunity to move from a situation of being present in a very narrow segment of the overall gaming software market to being present pretty much everywhere. Gamer, how are you liking your PS5, buddy? Continued with the quote, I think if we do this right, if we execute with intelligence and we execute with excellence, the opportunities for significant growth in the number of people who play our games, the number of people who enjoy our games, and the number of people who spend money on our games is exponentially a large one. If we are successful in making a portion of the 12 live service games that we have in development in PlayStation Studios, if only a portion of those enjoy critical and commercial success, then the impact of that over time will be completely transformational to our business structure. Yeah, the first modern PC ports for PlayStation were Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, God of War, which we played and was awesome. They did a great job on that port, surprisingly. Um, the Lost Legacy will also make the jump to PC this year, apparently. Jim Ryan has previously confirmed PlayStation will bring a whole slate of games to PC. And PlayStation recently acquired Nixxes Software, which is best known for its work on the PC versions of Square Enix properties, including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Hitman, and Thief, to help it bring its games to the platform. Which, funny enough, Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and Thief are now no longer IPs that Square Enix owns. These are IPs that now Embracer Group owns. Okay. All right. Moving on. Some of the PS5's biggest games are on sale at the moment. Annual Days of Play sale runs now through early June. I think we already hit on this a little bit, but we'll just take a quick look. Yeah, Ken Bridge of Spirits is $26. US. All this looks like to be US. Witch Queen, Destiny 2's new expansion is 26. Excuse me. The now functional Cyberpunk 2077 is 25. City Skylines, only 8. I wouldn't mind playing some City Skylines as a chill playthrough at some point. I own it. I've owned it forever. I just never really dove into it. But I loved SimCity way back in the day. And I know this is like that on steroids for sure. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Tiny Tina's Wonderland is 55. This just kills me that they've got games starting out at $70 now. Insane. Loot Shooter Outriders is 21. Wait, what? Babylon's Fall, the universally considered worst PS5 game, is down from 60 to 39. This game absolutely flopped, and they're trying to sell it for $39? What? PlayStation 5 exclusives are even among the crop. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, $30 and $24 respectively, down from 60. Also Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. 70 price tag, currently down to 40. Anyone interested in buying newer versions of games they've already played can nab Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, PS5 re-release of the 2 most recent Uncharted games that still look amazing and are easily accessible via PlayStation's subscription service for 30. Not every game is being put on sale though. So there you go. If you're interested in any of those titles for PlayStation, specifically PS5, go take a look. Here we go. God of War Ragnarok has been rated in Korea. Someone has quite the potty mouth. This could mean a word of a release date is closer than expected. A listing hosted by Korea's Game Rating and Administration Committee appeared earlier today. A translation via Google confirms the name of the game, stating that it's not available for youth, presumably meaning the local equivalent of a mature rating. Goes on to describe God of War Ragnarok as an action-adventure game based on Norse mythology, depicting the adventures of Kratos and his son Atreus. That doesn't tell us much, but the listing goes on to describe excessive profanity throughout the game, direct drug expression, and characters drinking alcohol in pubs. Given what we've seen of Thor's in-game character model, that doesn't come as too much of a surprise. Traditionally, ratings tend to appear in the run-up to a game's launch, but it seems highly unlikely that Sony is preparing to shadow drop one of its biggest titles of 2022. What this could mean, however, is that a reveal isn't too far away. The E3 2022 conference season isn't far away, and some fans have been pointing out the company's habit of showing off its major titles at the end of May. Both The Last of Us Part 2 and Horizon Forbidden West received dedicated state of play showcases on May 27th and May 27th, 2022 and 2021, respectively. So there's a chance that a similar presentation could be announced today in time for tomorrow. Okay. As well as Ragnarok, Kratos and Atreus will grace our screens in the God of War TV show heading to Amazon Prime. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Um, oh, the NFL and NFL Players Association announced a new partnership on Wednesday with gaming technology studio Mythical Games to introduce an NFT based video game called NFL Rivals. The game will officially launch in 2023, but fans will have an opportunity to purchase 32 limited quantity collections of 3D NFL themed NFTs in a series of drops prior to the game's release. The actual game itself will allow fans to compete against other gamers as the general manager of a team in a fantasy style environment while assembling rosters with NFTs of their favorite players through a play and own system. Yeah, I mean, I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of that. Uh, yeah, there are pros and cons to living in both places. I'll say that. You guys definitely have costs are a little bit more. Taxes are much higher. Yeah, socialized medicine, though. You know what I mean? We could get into that for days and days about the pros and cons of each place. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I've known for a very long time that things here in the U.S. cost less than they do for you guys by a chunk. So yeah. Um, mhm. I mean, I don't think the big thing I'm getting at is not necessarily what each specific person has to pay for the games. It's the fact that the video game industry is at a point right now where they're trying to increase the cost of what games coming out at release are costing us to buy now. They've been at a certain price point for quite a while, and now they're increasing them, and I don't see any need in it. Um, it feels bad to me. That's kind of the point I was getting at. But that's a hefty price tag for sure. The game will officially launch in 2023, but fans will have an opportunity to purchase 32. Yep, 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 yep. We talked about that. The rise of blockchain technology. We are thrilled to partner with Mythical Games on a blockchain-enabled game that delivers new to play to own NFT capabilities, creating a new adventure for fans who love to play football games. The interest in NFTs and video gaming amongst current and prospective fans continues to grow, and combined have accelerated the NFL's exploration of new gaming models that can deliver an unmatched experience to fans. Ugh, gross, dude. Announcement is coming only a short time after Major League Baseball announced a partnership with SoRare on a similar NFT style game for fan interaction. Fantastic. Well, there we go. The blockchain NFT craze, man, just not stopping by these developers. Even though most of the gamers, most of us as gamers are like, please don't. I mean, there are obviously people buying into it. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep trying to make these NFT blockchain titles, But I'm not a fan. 'Cause- 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 I regret to inform you, Nino Cooney's cute new MMO has blockchain crap up its sleeve. Here we go again. Quite liked Nino Cooney too. We reviewed it back in 2018, calling it ambitious, beautiful JRPG that keeps on giving. Instead of following it up with another big budget console game, developer Level 5 took a different approach, releasing a mobile MMO titled Nino Cooney Crossworlds in 2021. Apparently, it was a smash hit last June, raking in 101 million in just 11 days, despite being available in only a few countries. That almost certainly makes Crossworlds the most lucrative game in the series. A year later, Crossworlds is now available in English on PC and mobile, putting it in front of a much larger audience. It's quite a looker, though early impressions indicate there's not as much to its combat as you'll find in comparable mobile PC MMO Genshin Impact. Unfortunately, publisher Netmarble also has a whole bunch of plans around NFTs and the blockchain that seem like they'll inevitably clog up Nino Kuni with gross microtransactions. According to an April report on Netmarble's site, its future blockchain plans include Nino Kuni and two other games, Monster Arena and Everybody's Marble. Those plans are vague, but it's already implemented the blockchain in 2020 MMO A3. Still alive as explained here. A new dungeon called Enetrian was added to A3 Still Alive. Users can get Enetrian ore and convert it for the game token Enetrium ITU. Enetrium will be able to convert into MBX, the key currency of Netmarble's blockchain ecosystem. In line with A3 Still Alive, Nino Kuni Crossworlds users will be able to acquire in-game currencies by hunting in a particular field or dungeon and exchanging them for individual game tokens in MBX. The report continues, sounds like exactly how is still up in the air, as the Nino Kuni section of the report concludes with this vague teaser. How will blockchain technology be linked to various contents of Nino Kuni Crossworlds? We are very curious. I'm curious too. I can't remember another time I've read such a chipper promise to ruin a game without any details on how exactly it'll be ruined. But hey, new music from Ghibli composer Joe eh, Hisaishi, I think, is always a good thing. Love the Studio Ghibli movies. Ghibli? Is it Ghibli? Thanks, fan. Bye. Pixel Links unveils music metaverse gaming platform using a Niantic Lightship. Pixel Links, a new music metaverse gaming platform created by musicians and technologist Joe Zimmerman, aka Deadmau5, and Richie Houghton, revealed the name of its first mobile game, Elixir. Elixir, I think. Elixir was unveiled today at the Niantic Lightship Summit in San Francisco. Please, dude, stop, stop. At the Niantic Lightship Summit in San Francisco by Pixel Links CEO Ender Full, Niantic also announced an investment in Pixel Links at the conference. Elixir introduces an entirely new level of creative immersion and gameplay in the music metaverse. It's a world built on the premise that artists and fans want fun and exciting new ways to interact and drive culture together. Yo, Mamzelle, what's up, my friend? How are you? Said Full in a statement. We knew that collaborating with Joe Perez and his team at Works, with all of their experience creating iconic album art and merch for artists and campaigns for fashion brands, was able to help us bring our vision to life and to music fans everywhere. Works is an award-winning New York City-based multidisciplinary design studio where Joe Perez is a partner and creative director. Works has collaborated with Kanye, Beyonce, Nike, Jordan, Versace, Louis Vuitton, A Fear of God, and many more. As an artist, I was excited to work on Elixir because it's a platform that brings value to freedom of expression for music artists and digital creators, as well as the fans and collectors, said Perez, Works creative director, in a statement. It felt as if the Works team and I were exploring uncharted territory and establishing visual language for a new world where self expression and community education and discovery are all held in the highest regard. Niantic Lightship Summit attendees were also invited to play a demo version of Elixir, which uses Niantic's patent AR Lightship technology for a music-focused experience similar to Niantic's smash hit Pokemon Go mobile game. In beta now, Elixir will be available to the public in August. Music fans can follow the Pixel Links Discord to sign up for the beta. If you're interested here, I'll throw it in chat. How are you, Mamzel? It's good to see you, my friend. Oh, sorry. This is wild. There's some crazy people in the world, man. Man stalked elite World of Warcraft gamer, posted fake photos of her online, feds say. A California man faces a federal stalking charge after he was accused of harassing a professional World of Warcraft gamer online for years after meeting her at a gaming convention, according to a press release from the U.S. Attorney's Office for Central District of California. Evan Balteria, 29, of Trabuco Canyon, met the victim, who is from Canada, during a meet and greet with her fans at the annual gaming convention BlizzCon in Anaheim, California in November 2019, and asked her to be his Valentine, according to the release. The gamer declined and told him she had a boyfriend, at which point Balteria said he wanted to visit them in Canada. The gamer learned from a friend online that Balteria was trying to figure out where she lived. According to the press release, the gamer blocked Balteria from her social media and removed him as a moderator from her streaming channel. But prosecutors said Balteria continued trying to contact her, as well as her boyfriend and colleague, over various platforms. I'm doing all right. I'm feeling a little bit under. I think I don't think. I definitely got sick. I'm definitely sick. There'd been a little something been going around the house here, and I think probably staying up for 24 hours put me at a bit more of a risk to grab it. But I'm here. I'm here. I could be worse. I could be worse. Trying to power through. I've got like cough drops, man. Rocking some Alka-Seltzer, cold and flu stuff. My voice is definitely a little bit not there today. Uh, yeah, but we'll make it. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. It's all right. I haven't been sick in a long time, man. Well, I'm drinking coffee right now, and then I'll go with tea later. I gotta have coffee. I can't not have coffee. So I've got two mugs in front of me right now. I've got coffee. I've got my Alka-Seltzer cold and flu stuff going on. After I finish coffee, we'll be switching to tea. Yeah, tea with honey. Mm-hmm. I'm getting nice and medicated this morning. See how long we can go through some nice Valheim content this morning before I decide I need to go take a nap. And just try to sleep this off a little bit more. Uh, well, I'm not doing too bad if that's the case, huh, gamer? I'm definitely not as loud as I usually am, though. Usually I'm fast and loud. Right now I'm just like kind of very red eyes gets the red out. You know what I mean? Very like monotone. I can't really. The inflection in my voice just isn't there. So yeah, yeah, we got that speed reading apparently. I just can't get the highs coming out of the voice. uh, Prosecutors said Balteria continued trying to contact her, as well as her boyfriend and colleague, over various platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and email. Often threatened her with violence, the press release says. He also created fake online profiles of the victim and published fabricated photos of her, including ones in which he appeared to have photoshopped her face over, pornographic images, the release says. He's accused of sending these pictures to her family members and friends, posting some on the internet and chat rooms. The victim obtained a temporary restraining order against him in February 2021, but Balteria continued to harass and stalk her online, prosecutors said. In March 2022, law enforcement officers executed a search warrant on Balteria's home and found a thumb drive containing many explicit photoshopped images. The press release says also found evidence on his iPhone of email accounts that he reportedly used to send the victim messages. He is charged with one count of stalking and could face a maximum of 5 years in federal prison if convicted, according to the press release. Attorney information for Balteria was not immediately available. Dude, that's wild. I mean, we talk about this from time to time. You know, people just kind of lose track of, I don't know, the way the world normally works, and they kind of veer off a little bit, man. Go a bit wild, get obsessed with something or someone, and end up doing some stuff like that, or even worse. You know, it's kind of wild. I feel for that. I mean, just because somebody was a, prolific World of Warcraft gamer, we're not even talking about necessarily. I don't even know if they stream or anything. You know, you talk about some of the stuff that famous people, some even like the top, the more famous streamers on like Twitch and stuff, the kind of stuff they have to deal with, I couldn't even really imagine. You know, it's pretty wild. I've heard of a lot of it, you know, but actually having to go through that process of dealing with that kind of thing would be pretty brutal, I think. Uh, Stalker like online FPS Cervarium is closing next week after 7 years in early access. Vostok Games is moving on, but to what? The Stalker-styled online FPS Cervarium will close down for good at 11:59 p.m. Kiev time on May 31st. Developer Vostok Games said today the game will also be delisted from Steam. Bittersweet day approaches, Vostok wrote. On one hand, it's good to look at our future, but on the other, it's difficult to say farewell to an old friend. Truly cannot express our gratitude towards all of your many years of support, new and old players alike. Through the ups and downs, many of you stood by us in solidarity. That is truly something special that we will always be grateful for. While we close the book, we will always have fond memories. A new chapter awaits us, and our eyes are firmly focused on the work ahead. Vostok said in March that it was taking a break from our work because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which forced some of the development team located in the capital of Kiev to relocate to other parts of the country. Studio didn't say what impact the invasion had on the decision to shutter Cervarium, if any, but the game's closure was actually announced on February 7th, just a couple of weeks before the full invasion of Ukraine began. Despite being around for the better part of a decade, Cervarium never actually made it into full release. The most recent update, 0.69D, rolled out in February, and it remains an early access game on Steam. Vostok hasn't said what it will do next, but encouraged fans to follow our social media pages to stay in the loop with all future news from Vostok Games. 7 years early access. It's a bit rough. A bit rough. Here we go. Who wants a computer backpack? Zotac has crammed another VR gaming PC into a backpack. They've done this before. I hope you like your buns toasted. Yeah. Look at this thing. That's wild. Computing hardware brand Zotac has unveiled the VR Go 4.0, its fourth generation of portable VR gaming PCs built into a backpack at Computex 2022. I didn't even know they'd done these before. I didn't know that. To clarify, the entire PC itself is the backpack, so you won't have any additional space to pack snacks or stash your wallet. But Zotac does mention that it has some room to expand if you want to make some upgrades. Though this appears to be restricted to memory and storage. The wireless gaming backpack comes equipped with an Intel Core i7-11800H CPU, 16 gigs of DDR4, and 512 gig NVMe solid state drive for storage. The rear of the backpack opens up to reveal that you're also getting 2.5-inch SATA 3 drive bay for additional storage options and provides access for the aforementioned upgrades. Also getting an NVIDIA RTX A4500, a graphics card that likely won't sound familiar with many gamers who are used to NVIDIA's GeForce gaming line, but this is a professional-grade GPU designed with creatives in mind. Rocking 5888 cores, 5,888 cores, and 16 gigs of DDR6 memory, placing it at around the same performance in-game as a RTX 3060 graphics card. Dedicated listing page on the Zotac website reads, strap the backpack PC in and experience VR in the metaverse the way it's meant to be experienced. The metaverse. Free. Enjoy unstoppable freedom in games, movies, training, education, or even adventure from unimaginable places. Full specs found below. No official price available yet, though we imagine this will sit around $2,300 US to $2,800 US, given the specifications. Also, don't have a release date for the VR Go 4.0, so if you're eyeing one up, then you'll have to wait until either an announcement is made or it simply appears on the shelves. Before you roll your eyes about the practicality of a gaming PC built to a backpack, just know that this likely isn't intended to target the everyday consumer. Sure, there are many VR enthusiasts out there that will find plenty of use for it, but even Zotac appears to suggest that this leans more towards creatives and developers than your typical gamer. Industry-leading VR backpack PC is now equipped with more advanced technologies, enabling individual developers and 3D designers to visualize and realize all things creative in virtual reality, augmented reality, or mixed reality for VR content development, virtual entertainment, and more technical scenarios. For everyone else, the addition of more powerful hardware allows more immersive experience in VR games. Uh, we at Tech Radar actually gave this a go, playing a version of Far Cry created specifically for these kinds of VR experiences. Freedom of not being tethered to a computer or laptop really is eye opening if you only use VR headsets like the Oculus Quest at home. Would I buy one to keep at home? Likely not, but then the VR space is evolving to meet the ever looming demands of the metaverse, so who knows? Maybe my work satchel will also double as my actual laptop, complete with virtual office in the coming years. Yeah, who knows? I mean, this is the fourth year in a row they've made it now, right? So they're committed to this, and maybe it's doing okay. You know, kind of wild. Check it out. Gaming backpack PC. Pretty wild. Um, Marvel MMO project at Daybreak Games has been canceled. The big game from the makers of DC Universe Online was only revealed last year. Yep, I remember reading about this, and now it's canceled. Marvel MMO in development at Daybreak Games Company has been canceled. Anad Global 7, Daybreak's parent company, announced today that instead of pouring a truckload of money into making the game happen, it's going to spread it out across a whole bunch of smaller projects, including updates to existing MMOs Lord of the Rings Online and DC Universe Online. The existence of the Marvel IP based massively multiplayer online game was revealed in a EG7 investor presentation in late 2021. The company said at the time that the new game was a long term project, and so it didn't expect to reveal any more about it until 2023 at the soonest. Minds have changed since then, however. Based on the reevaluation of the development risk profile, size of investment, and the long term product portfolio strategy for the group, the board has decided to change the development priorities and reallocate resources within the group to focus on alternative long term projects, EG7 said in a statement. The company had planned to invest more than 500 million SEK 500 million, 50.7 million US in the Marvel project over the next 3 years. The company is now diversifying this investment across multiple smaller projects within the group, including the previously announced major upgrades to the Lord of the Rings Online and DC Universe Online, and new game opportunities with our first party original IPs. How old is DC Universe Online at this point? 11 years old? Huh. I wonder what prompted such a pivot. And new game opportunities with our first party original IPs. EG7 said it would take a write down, essentially a financial loss of 23.3 million US as a result of the cancellation. Company made no comment about possible layoffs arising from the halt of development, but Daybreak underwent a number of rounds of staffing cuts in recent years, at least some of which were reportedly spurred by the cancellation of a previous Marvel MMO project in 2018. Why are they doing this, man? It might seem odd that Daybreak has had so much trouble bringing a Marvel game to fruition, given the massive popularity of the MCU. Yeah, but it's not the only one that struggled. Marvel's Avenger, developed by Crystal Dynamics, was terrible flop, and published by Square Enix in 2020, has also famously failed to find a significant audience despite the high-profile license. There you go. All right, the last article I have for this morning, or today's segment of gaming news. Yeah. Um, if you have anything else, let me know in chat. Otherwise, this will be it, and we'll start working towards our Valheim gameplay. Okay. Rare vintage video games and consoles for sale in Litchfield. Yeah. PAL version. Where's Litchfield? England. Okay, that's what I kind of thought, but I wasn't sure. Um, Vintage video games, rare consoles, comics, and Pokemon cards are going under the hammer at auction. Check that out, dude. Sealed Super Metroid. Would you open it? The Litchfield Auction Center in Fradley Park has been filled with the nostalgic sounds of retro game music as catalogers relive their youth. Online now with Richard Winterton auctioneers until Monday, May 30th. The time to sell has been described as hugely evocative for gamers. Night Quest. 3 sealed Super Nintendo games from the mid 90s, all from a single owner collection, are tipped to sell for hundreds each. 1994 Super Metroid is estimated to make between 600 and 800 pounds. Donkey Kong Country 2 from 1995 is estimated at 400 to 500 pounds. And Terra Enigma, also from 95, is estimated at 600 to 800 pounds. I'm not familiar with that game. Super Nintendo is when gaming really became a global phenomenon, said a spokesperson for Richard Winterton Auctioneers. Yo, Vario, what's up, buddy? Hey, the server's up, my friend. Server's up. How are you? The RPG role-playing game Terranigma only ever came out in Japan, that's why, and Europe, so that makes it slightly more unusual and, of course, rarer. Check this out. I was really tired. Unfortunately, what has happened is I also got sick. So there had been a little bit of something being passed around the house here, and I hadn't gotten it, but I think staying up for 24 hours might have put me at a bit of a disadvantage for staying away from it. So got a little bit of a throat issue going on, stuff like that. But it's cool, man. I got meds and some cough drops and coffee, obviously, right? But yeah, I mean the stream wasn't bad. It was the stream was great. The stream was great. Staying up for 24, I hadn't done that in quite a while, but it wasn't until like that last hour really where I really started feeling the effects there of being up that long. So I don't know, man. It was good. I rested a lot yesterday. I started I slept for about 4 hours right after the stream, and I woke up and I was already, I could tell, man, I could tell that I wasn't feeling great. And so I basically just lounged around and kind of took a few naps here and there, short ones throughout the day. And I don't know. We're all right, man. We're all right. It's good to see you, buddy. Look at this stuff. Monkey Island 2. All these comics, Wario Land, Pokemon cards. Hari stuff, man. Wild. Check that out. Check out that Atari, man. The Space Invaders for it. Wild. The whole gaming section of the sale is really representative of the formative years and development of video games and hugely evocative, especially for Gen X and millennials. The sale also features a Halo 3 Legendary Edition from 2007, including Master Chief Spartan helmet, consigned by a Litchfield collector, expected to sell at 300 to 400 pounds. First gen of consoles are represented by Admin Grandstand TV Game 3000, a ZX Spectrum 16K, a boxed Amiga 1200, and a Sega Master System. Do they have the boxed Amiga up in here? Am I missing it? There's also a Pokemon Crystal for the Game Boy Color and Pokemon trading cards, including a completed base set valued at 300 to 400 pounds, along with a jungle set and a fossil set. Vintage comics range from original X-Men editions, including multiple first appearances by Apocalypse, Kitty Pryde, and Emma Frost, Spider-Man, including the Green Goblin's Last Stand, and Avengers comics, including first appearances by Falcon and Rogue. Richard Winterton Auctioneers Gaming and Hi-Fi Sale is live online now at this following site. If you guys are interested, here you go. Doesn't look like anybody has anything else, so that'll be the news for today. A bit of a shorter segment than we've done here recently. not bad. Just not as much news as we've been having. So that'll be it. We'll move on to doing some Valheim stuff. Again, thanks so much to everybody who was part of the 24-hour 1-year anniversary for the channel. I appreciate you guys very much. If you are watching this after it was live as a VOD on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you're enjoying the content, and throw me a comment maybe if you want to have a bit of a discussion on some of the things we came across today, okay, in the news segment. Other than that, we will be moving on, and if you are either not moving on with us to the Valheim play, or you are watching this as a VOD later on YouTube, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, okay? And we will catch you tomorrow for the next video game segment. Video game news segment, excuse me. Video gaming news segment. All right.